Good morning. What if you, in this stage of your career, had something that you built that created more flexibility, more autonomy, and more money? Sign me up, right? What if this let you choose when you wanted to work and how you wanted to work, and it aligned with your skills and your passions? Those skills that actually pay the bills. Hmm. And you had multiple streams of income. So if one slowed down for any reason, the others kept flowing. Less stress, more balance. Kind of like a built in safety net. What is this? How does this work? Sign me up. So imagine you're spending your days showing up as you want, doing work that energizes you, and collaborating with people and projects and all the things that you want to do at this stage in your career. This is what I would call a portfolio career. It's happening all around us. You can't go a day without hearing about someone's side hustle. And for decades, we were taught to do the safe thing, to go get an employee job, work hard, climb the ladder, rely on one paycheck. But what we're finding these days is that that plan might not be as stable as we thought because companies restructure, industries are evolving, tech is evolving, some things become obsolete, some people become obsolete. Jobs that once felt secure are suddenly disappearing overnight. Just ask the federal employees. And after everything that we've experienced in these past 5 years, I think we're starting to realize that this ground that we thought was stable, these ideals that we have built our foundations of our career on, maybe aren't quite so stable. The global shutdown, all of these layoffs, the AI innovations, wars, global trade. I totally get why at this point people are trying to figure out how they can recreate the stability that we once thought we had. What could that look like? And that's why I work with people who are looking to recreate their career, possibly to build a portfolio career. Some people keep their employee job, at least in the beginning, as they start supplementing and building these other income streams. This isn't magic. You aren't going to make 100K in 6 weeks. How can you build a portfolio career that's built on sound principles, your skills that pay the bills, and provide you that safety? What does that look like? So a portfolio career is about diversifying your income streams. Instead of relying on one employer, one income stream, you're building multiple streams that align with your skills, your passions, your values, and honestly, whatever it is that where you live, you can make work. So some people, the obvious place to start is with consulting or freelancing. There's lots of websites where you can do that on, or you can just create your own and get your own clients. And depending who you are, how big your network is, how well you've stayed connected, how well you've built your personal brand, this isn't a big leap. I've had several clients that I've worked with who have turned to consulting, and it has turned out to make them more money than they were making through their employer job. You could do teaching, coaching, public speaking. You can build those side hustles. I mean, stay at home mom deciding to decorate people's front porches with pumpkins, um, drop shipping, creating photo booths. I mean, there are so many different things you can do. What do you do when no one's looking? What do you do for fun? How could you monetize that? You could write a book, build a course, or create some other type of product that will reap you those returned passive income streams. Yes, you may be able to work with your financial planner to figure out how you could switch some of your investments into dividend producing assets that some people live off of, or at least have a chunk of money coming in each month. You might take on some part-time or project-based roles, and you can start doing that within your company. Say yes, step up into a new project so you can learn a new skill, and then you can start doing it on your own. You may mix an employee job part-time with passion projects. You might not need income at this point in your career, and you might be looking for that encore career, that impact career, that meaningful work. I had a friend who just left her 25-year law career, retired, and is becoming a teacher. She's just ready to do something different. And she'll have her summers off to travel. So it's kind of like that bridge to retirement where you're slowly expanding how you show up in the world and how you create new hobbies that are going to fill that free time when you do retire. But the thing about all of this, about a portfolio career, is that it's in your control. And sure, things are going to happen. One revenue stream may dry up, but that's the beauty of it. You have all of the other revenue streams to keep you moving forward. So it gives you flexibility, autonomy, impact, and that security of having multiple streams of income. So how do you build that? How do you get started in a portfolio career? When I work with my clients, we figure out what's the biggest, most obvious way to set up that first big pool of money. And that might be staying at an employee job for now, especially if it's flexible, especially if it's remote, so that it allows you the flexibility to build those other income streams. It might be going part-time. It might be consulting, landing your first contract. Whatever it is, we work on building that first. So you inventory your skills, your assets, what you have to offer. What do people need help with? What holes can you fill? And what will bring in that first big pool of money? And then secondly, after that, we start small. We might figure out what the next pool of income can be and look at the startup costs, how much time it'll take to have money coming in. But start small. You can do experiments on the weekends, in the evenings, and see what takes off for you. You need to build your personal brand because people need to understand who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. Networking. Networking. When you talk to people, you hear about opportunities that are out there and get new ideas. Lastly, you have to learn to shift your mindset. If you're sitting here and the doubters are already screaming in your head, this sounds a little, yeah, I'm not sure about this. Shifting that mindset to more of an entrepreneurial, risk-taking, because if you're honest with yourself, is the way you're doing it now really working? Is it really risk-free? Or do you have that anxiety every day when you go to work, wondering if today is going to be the day when you lose your job? Act now before you're laid off. This is about building your future. This is about ensuring your mental health and building that generational wealth that you want to build for your family. If this conversation sparked some interest, first of all, I invite you to connect with me on a free career exploration call. I will link up my link in the chat. I invite you to hop on my calendar. And if you're ready to explore what's next, I invite you to join me next week because we're going to be talking about a very important piece of this process. It's creating that mindset to do big things because this is scary, and it'll help you figure out how to break that start, stop cycle, because we get all excited about something and when we hit that first bump, we may stop. So why do you keep stalling on your big goals? We're going to work through some tips and help you gain some ideas next week. I hope you join me. Have a great week. Thanks for joining me today, and I will put the links below. Have a great week. Bye.